Welcome here to New York for qualifying. As you can see, the Red Stallion cars have already made their entrance to the racetrack. Mark Racing of Stephen Pollard III out there now. So as we're getting ready to go qualifying, there's Jeffrey Finn guy making his time, coming out here to make a green flag lap. There's Stephen Pollard III. And there's Kyle Collins and Michael White. Now, we had some interesting news happen earlier this week. Before the week at Darlington, the sponsors for Swagger Motorsports said that they wanted their race cars to be in the top half of the field there, so they can get points and to get their sponsors more notified out there. But the Swagger Motorsports team did not run well at Darlington either, so the sponsors have pulled out from Swagger Motorsports, and Swagger Motorsports is not at the racetrack here. So you got David Culpepper and Sean Galligan out of the races this weekend, and they don't have a ride. So that means that the number 14 car of Sean Harple moves into the top 35 in order points, because the 59 of Swagger Motorsports car was 35th in order points, and so that means Sean Harple will move into 35th in the points running this race weekend. So Harple is locked in the races here. Dom Capps really needs to try and qualify his way in on speed here. Remember, Sean Perkins in the 41 car is still outside the top 35 in order points, so that means only 6 guys get in on speed, meaning the top 6 fastest guys in this qualifying session move into the main race, because, well, 36 guys are locked in, because you gotta make room for Sean Perkins to be locked in because he's a chaser. So Dom Capps, if he does not use a past champions provisional, top 6 get in. If he has to use a past champions provisional, top 5 get in. This is going to really help these guys here. These 4 guys are running the pack. Matt DeLeo, Dom Capps, Michael White, and Kyle Collins are all in a line, and that makes them right now the quickest ones in town. They are the quickest ones, with the 7 car of Justin Roberts 5th right now, and James Shelley also would be in as well so far. Where's James Shelley running? There he is. He's coming down to the line here. So he just got bumped down by somebody there. Jeffrey Finn guy, one of his own cars there, bumped him down, and Shelley jumped up, but it was not enough to get inside the top 6. So right now it is Collins, White, Capps, DeLeo, Finn guy, and Roberts that are in the top 6 to make it in the round. So you see right here, these guys are all packed together. Them 4 are most likely going to make it because they're in a pack. Fisher is going to need to pick it up somehow. So is Pollard. Justin Roberts is good right now. I think he might be getting a sniff of a draft off Pollard, which might be helping Roberts there to help him get a good lap. Schultz right now in the 4 of the titanium car. His teammate DeLeo's in. Schultz is looking like he might not make it here. And Chris Dodds in 9th, running by himself, probably not going to make it. Shelley might not make it. Right now there's a 3/10 of a difference there in time between Finn guy and Shelley. And as time is ticking away, here comes Schultz down to the line. Will he pick up? No, he does not. He does not pick up. Chris Dodd's going to need to pick up here. Coming down to the line, needing to pick up about a lot of time, which is not going to happen. Dodd's going to fail to qualify. Shelley, he picks up actually. He makes the quickest lap he's ever ran there, but it's still not enough. But these guys have the best strategy here. They're going to get in on speed here. And, yeah, running in the pack was a smart idea. And that gets them into the race here. Capps, Collins, White, and DeLeo all in a pack gets in the race, while Fisher is going to fail to qualify. And the 7 of Justin Roberts is in. And the time is done there, so there is no more time to be able to pick up here. If Pollard would have been drafting with the 7 a lot earlier, Pollard could have got in, but he's going to fail to qualify. So is Schultz, Dodd, and Shelley. Finn Guy's going to make it here today. He's going to barely get into this race here. Well, Finn Guy really doesn't barely slide in the field. He had a 3/10 of a gap over his teammate there of James Shelley. Shelley, Schultz, Dodd, Fisher, Pollard III, all will fail to qualify for New York. Welcome here to qualifying for the regular qualifying for the 42 starting field, as we got our guys rolling out there. There's last week's winner, the guy that's won the last 2 races, trying to sweep the challenger round. Nick Mace is on pit road, has not went out yet. Jeffrey Lynn, Jacob Hart going out there. There's Malik Nevins coming out now. There's Matt DeLeo. He made his way into the race, qualified in. So did Michael White. They're happy to be here. So, it's these guys. You need to go out there and run in the pack if you want to run quick here for qualifying. And right now, Justin Roberts, the rookie out of the Hardee's National Series, and driving for CBM here. The rookies out of the Hardee's National Series have been doing well here in the Sony Cup Series, but the 7 team is really turning that 7 team around for this program. Right here with Jeffrey Finn Guy. They're happy to be in the race. Zachary Fitzwater's got a problem of some sort. He left pit road, and here he is coming to pit road here. He did not even get a lap in, and one of our chasers having problems here. He needs to get out there back and quick here. Fitzwater cannot afford to really have a bad weekend here. He needs to run well. Fitzwater is right there around the borderline. Nobody is safe coming into this weekend here in the chase. There's anything can and will happen. Carson Scott along with Luke Martin. Martin coming in this race 1 point behind, 12th in the point standings. Needs to run well here if he wants to make the round of the contender round. Eugene Max in the 24, second in the main points, but not completely safe coming in this race weekend. Jordan Davis 20 points ahead of Luke Martin, who is just outside the cut line. Davis needs to run well this race weekend. Jeff James also outside the cut line. He is 3 points out. Needs to do something here. He had a wreck on the last lap at Darlington, which cost him majorly and could cost him the chance of winning a championship if he does not run as good as he needs to for this race weekend. Drafting along with the 5 car here. Right now inside the top 10 on the board here. Justin Roberts is right now the quickest one, drafting along with Jeffrey Finn Guy. Finn Guy is second on the board right now. This track drives like a super speedway type track here, so anything can and will happen. Anybody can win here. Truck Togger had a good one at Darlington, 10th right now. Nick Mace 20th. He's the only one locked into the contender round. Charles Sanford right there with Matt DeLeo and Jesse Turner. Turner coulda, woulda, shoulda won at Darlington. Came up second there. It was still a good race weekend. He needs to do well for this race weekend to solidify himself into the next round. Zebulon Stark with Alec Avenaro, Vincent Allen. Allen's in the wall. Bishop Jr. There's Eric Burton and Levi Pasco. They ran well at Darlington, and they're keeping their championship hopes alive. They need to run well here this weekend to be able to do something good here for their championship hopes. They're having a good solid one right here. Man, the 14 car, Sean Harple, is blowing up as well here. Fitzwater in the 8 car has not went out just yet in qualifying. Harple and Fitzwater are looking like they're going to have to start at the rear of the field here. Harple's going to have to go to the rear of the field for a blown engine here. And here comes Fitzwater. He fixed whatever engine issue that was for him, and he's now out on the racetrack trying to get a lap in and got a good lap in. So looking here, Justin Roberts is now bumped down into 3rd, while Jeff James and also Jordan Davis have jumped up to the top of the board there. Boy, Jeff James really pushing on Davis there. They ran a really good lap there. That was a good lap by them guys. So that's going to be a good starting position for them. Jeff James desperately needs a good run here. Davis cannot afford to slip this race, even though he's 20 points to the good. So does the Max. He needs to run a good race here. He cannot have a bad one as the field is rushing down to the finish line. I don't think Pasco will make it. No, he won't. That's it for qualifying. That's it. And that's it for qualifying. Jeff James, he is outside the chase right now by 3 points. Needs to do well for this race weekend to be able to move on into the next round. Jordan Davis will line up beside him. Cooper Saron, Justin Roberts will line up in row number 2 there. Good run for them. Levi Pasco, a good run for him. He needs a solid race here. He's just inside by about 13 points. Eugene Max, he cannot afford a bad race here. Needs a solid outing here. Jeffrey Finn guy and Michael White, great job by them guys right there to get a good qualifying effort there. They qualified their way into the race, and they did even better here to qualify inside the top 10 here. Anybody can win at New York here. This track drives like a super speedway. Look for anybody to be able to real good chance to win here. Malik Nevins starting inside the top 10. Jeffrey Lynn in 10th. Dom Capps did a real good job for White Motorsports in 11th. Richard Johnson in 12th. Eric Burton and DJ Curtis needed good runs here for their chase hopes. 13th and 14th. Alan Cavanaro in 15th. Andreas Allen, Trent Togger, Dylan Young, Vincent Allen, Nick Mays in 20th, looking to be the second driver to ever win 3 races in a row. The only driver to ever win 3 races in a row back to back to back was Richard Johnson. And Richard Johnson did that 2 times. Nick Mays has a chance to do that here. Remember, Nick Mays has done very well at New York. He has won so many races here at New York. There's a good chance he might do it again. Charlie Smith, 21st, Nick Pierkles, Kyle Collins, Charles Sanford, William Brock, Matthew Rodriguez, James Silverfox, Noah Hart. They need good races here for their championship hopes. They're in the rear of the field here. Zebulon Stark, Jesse Turner needs a good run here. He's going to have to work his way up through the field here. Sky Collins, Cody Lamas, Malik Nevins. Actually, Matt DeLeo, Aaron Taylor, Jacob Hart, and Sean Perkins, they need good runs here. They're all starting back here in the rear of the field. They're going to have to work their way up. Ryan Acosta, Bradley Bishop Jr., Luke Martin is outside the chase right now. He needs to run well here if he wants to advance to the contender round. 39th starting position, not a good run here. Carson Scott, Zachary Fitzwater, and Sean Harple had bad runs in qualifying, and they didn't really get a good lap in. Fitzwater and Harple will have to start at the rear of the field. Harple will have to change engines, and yeah. So that is it for qualifying. Jeff James is going to lead us down to the start of the race for New York.